the torn ACL. He has been what they call spectacular in practice the last couple of weeks. Yes, he'll be limited behind Chris Carson and Carlos Hyde, but he'll get enough plays, and they think he can bring some explosiveness. And Brian Schottenheimer, their offensive coordinator, says he is sharper mentally than he's ever been before and prepared to get his limited reps in today's game, but maybe a big player too, Adam.
And more, there are running back questions in Miami for the big Patriots-Dolphins game. The Patriots don't have Damian Harris, who was ruled out. The Dolphins are shorthanded on running backs. And basically, we'll see a combination of DeAndre Washington, Matt Breida, Lynn Bowden. We'll see for the Patriots a lot of Sony Michel and even some of J.J. Taylor today. Watch J.J. Taylor. And we just got this in from Dallas, San Francisco as well. Ezekiel Elliott is inactive today for the Dallas Cowboys. There's the surprise inactive of the morning. Jerry Jones had said that he would be active this week. Zeke is inactive, so that means the Cowboys will go a different direction here today against the San Francisco 49ers with their running game. They're not playing Ezekiel Elliott, who's been battling a calf injury.
Anybody want to change their pick?
No.
Teddy? No? Nobody? All right, Bueller. Potential Super Bowl preview in New Orleans. Drew Brees returns after 4 games away. Taysom Hill back to his former role of doing pretty much everything. Patrick Mahomes faces the Saints for the first time in this one. Look, the Chiefs and the Saints both have their sights set on the number 1 seed and the only bye in each conference. Kansas City's in the driver's seat in the AFC with a 92% Packers win last night. Our Diana Rossini is in New Orleans with the very latest. I know you caught up with, maybe he was the quarterback when you talked to him, now back to Mr. Do Everything. There's a lot going on with Taysom Hill, and I'm sure he's had some interesting experiences over the last month.
Come on, Sam, you know how we roll on this show. We don't talk before he knows the news. We talk after he knew the news. I chatted with him after yesterday's final walkthrough. Of course, it was like the best kept secret in the Saints organization all week long that Drew was starting. But I talked to Taysom all about going back to being in that utility role, being in all those different meetings. And he admitted it took a second to get back to moving in that direction of having to hop around in all the different meeting rooms. But I asked him, what was it like finding out that Drew Brees was back starting at quarterback?
I was fired up. I was fired up for him. You know, as I think back about the last month, I felt like he was in my corner from day one, you know, and that first week spent a lot of time with him in the film room as we were game planning, and, you know, to the point where as we're watching film, he's like drawing up plays like, do you like this? Like, I'm going to send this up to the coaches. And being able to experience the last month with him supporting me, like, it's changed my mindset that, like, man, I only want to do more to support him, and I'm really happy for him. I know that it was killing to be on the sideline.
So you got those 4 consecutive games to do it. How do you think that time as the starting quarterback is going to help you in this game against the Chiefs?
I think back the last month, I've been able to have all these really unique experiences that I add to kind of like the bank. And so as I step into different roles, I can always draw upon different experiences. At the end of the day, all of that experience is only going to make me a better player.
Who's Taysom Hill this week?
I think that there's obviously a little uncertainty, you know, even from my end, not knowing how things are going to play out. I expect that I'll be able to help the team in different ways and be able to kind of assume my old position. At the end of the day, my preparation this week was unique, and obviously I prepared 4 games as a quarterback, but then as a tight end and running back, a receiver, and all these different roles. But man, when you step into like a Sean Payton game plan, you know, it's unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Well, you got Brees and Hill on the field together once again today to face the Kansas City Chiefs. But let's talk big picture, Sam. I asked Sean Payton, did Taysom Hill do enough to win the starting job, to be the future quarterback of the New Orleans Saints if or perhaps when Drew Brees retires? He says, I feel very confident that my future quarterback is on this roster right now. Going into camp next year, it's going to be a competition between Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have a whole lot on that leading up to that season. But for now, Rex, we've talked about it all year and last year too. I mean, it's clear that the best way to beat Patrick Mahomes is just to keep him on the sideline. You've got 2 QBs in this one. There is the element of surprise for this Chiefs defense. What are you expecting to see between the combination of an injured Drew Brees and Taysom Hill today?
Yeah, first off, I think you're going to see more Taysom Hill at quarterback than we saw in the past. Not as a starter, obviously, but with Drew Brees being beat up like this, it's going to be 1, 2, check the ball down to Alvin Kamara. I think you're going to see.
Maybe just 1, check it down.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't get to that 2. He just goes right now, bro. But you're right. But I think they're going to run the ball with Kamara, and I'm looking for him to have a huge emphasis in the passing game as well. That's what I'm looking for today. Because if Drew Brees is back there, we're coming after him, aren't we, bro?
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be just runs. Like Drew Brees, we already talked about it. He's number 1 in the entire NFL in completion percentage. And then we talked about Alvin Kamara, the weapon that he is and the weapon that he has been, especially when Michael Thomas is out. Now that completion percentage goes up to 83%. So 83% is almost like a run, and just milk that clock. I've gone into games against a great offense where the play caller said to me, hey, listen, please don't snap the ball with more than 5 seconds on the play clock. Now, sporadically, you can change that up. You can go with a quick little hurry up here and there, maybe start of the second quarter or something like that, just to keep them on edge. But I do believe that this actually makes the Saints that much stronger because they can go back to Taysom, being that Swiss Army knife. And if you get a lead and you get into 4-minute offense, I don't know that there's a better offense or a better quarterback situation than Taysom at quarterback in the 4-minute situation.
Yeah, it's the best of both worlds because if you get behind, and now you have Drew Brees, okay, the whole 50-50. I don't know what the percentage will be with Taysom and Drew, but then, okay, it's not working. You get behind. Then maybe Brees can come in there and do his thing because the possibility of you getting behind, even though you have a good defense in New Orleans, is high. And I say that because of Tyreek Hill. And now there are all pro teams, there are Pro Bowls, but I swear I'm going to start an all ridiculous team because I've just seen it enough. I've seen enough of Tyreek Hill, and I'll show you right here. And these are just 2 plays from the Miami Dolphins where you have the perfect call, and he should be stopped. But the speed, there's outside leverage. I got inside from the inside backer from the inside, but you are playing flag football with this guy. You're reaching for his flag. Another one inside. I got him head up. Use the sideline. Too fast. Just too fast for the perfect defense, even if you got him there. He's just too quick. That's why he's ridiculous. He embarrasses guys. And on this one, you got a double team. He's selling the shallow cross safety. No, he doesn't go that far down. He takes 1 step, just 1 step, but that's all it takes. Sam, he's gone. There's nothing you can do because of speed from someone that I haven't seen. And that's the only guy that can stop him. That's who can stop him right there, Moss. The backstop. So how do you deal with Tyreek Hill? Because even when you have the perfect call, the perfect double, hemmed in, he's got the speed to beat you.
You know, them coming off the grass in Arrowhead and coming into a dome, I can hear the PA announcer right now. First call, men's 4x1 relay team. 4x1 relay team, please report. That's what I see happening today in the dome. You're taking this team outside and putting them into a dome. Everything that we've talked for the last, two some hours about, the New Orleans Saints not having Michael Thomas, putting Taysom Hill back in his position. Matt, you made a great point. 4-minute offense, if they are in the game, that's how they secure the win. But, Brew, you talking about the all ridiculous team, man. Did you put Kelsey on there, too? You know what I'm saying? They're all on there. So, when I look at this game, this is my Super Bowl preview right here. And I'm still strong on the New Orleans Saints because I do believe that Taysom Hill brings something different. When Michael Thomas was absent with that ankle injury, who stepped in for his place? Taysom Hill. Yeah. So I do see today, going into this game against this high-powered Kansas City Chiefs offense, they have to be able to get Alvin Kamara back in the game and pick and choose when they get Taysom Hill the ball, especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, and you're showing all those highlights of Taysom. With the team that needs to go score for score with Patrick Mahomes, you also wonder how long the leash will be on Drew Brees today. If he's showing hurt early on and having a hard time scoring on some of these plays, you got to imagine that it's at least in their mind when you consider that right now, I think I said 21%, to get that first round bye, which is so important this year. A lot to watch for in that one. Still to come on Countdown. Game picks are on the way. Can Jalen Hurts take on defense? But today he gets, yes, he did. He'll get his first shot at Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. It's time now for a final check-in at the stadium. Some last-minute news and notes you need before kickoff, starting with South Pal at FedEx Field.
Thanks, Sam. With starting quarterback Alex Smith out with a calf injury and running back Antonio Gibson out with a toe injury, this will come down to defense for Washington today against Seattle. And in the 4-game win streak, Washington has blitzed opposing quarterbacks 40% of the time. That's 4th most in the league. So expect them to bring the blitz today against Russell Wilson. Now here's Kimberly Martin in Minnesota.
Thanks, Sal. Special teams play could be a deciding factor in today's game, but that's not necessarily a good thing for the Vikings. Kicker Dan Bailey has missed 7 kicks the past 2 games, but head coach Mike Zimmer has chosen to stick with the typically reliable vet. One thing to note, Bailey had issues the last time he faced the Bears, kicking the ball in the direction of Cordero Patterson. This week I spoke to Patterson and he said, hopefully he slips up and gives me a kick I can return for another TD. Now, over to Jeff Darlington.
Well, Kimberly, a brutal blow for the Dolphins offense as they have learned that their 2 top wide receivers in Devontae Parker and Jakeem Grant and their top tight end in Mike Gesicki will all be inactive for this game. The weight now on Tua's shoulders to keep Miami's playoff hopes alive against the head coach in Bill Belichick, who has not lost to a rookie quarterback since 2013. Sam?
Well, it looks like I'm changing my pick. Here's time for Game Picks brought to you by T-Mobile. Starting with that game, Randy, I'll let you go first. What do you think?
You just heard Darlington talk about one of the key injuries to the Miami Dolphins. As a big a fan I am to the wide receiver position, I also love the tight end position. I'm a big fan of Mike Gesicki. He's inactive today. Bill Belichick and them New England Patriots are going to have a feast on that offense. We're going with the Pats on the road.
Yeah, we heard Jeff Darlington talk about all those injuries. And fans, hear me out. It's going to be a low-scoring game. A low-scoring game. In other words, play the under. Play the under. But I'm going to take New England in this one.
I'm going to go New England here. Look for a big running game from the Patriots' best running back, which is also their quarterback in Cam Newton.
Oh, how about that? Yeah, I got Patriots, rookie quarterback. Patriots have won 4 of their last 6. Cam Newton, people are criticizing him, but this team's only had 4 turnovers in the last 7 games. That's how you win. And oh, by the way, Patriots defense is great on 3rd down. That's also how you win games.
Well, I hope that the control room heard me because I really am changing my pick here. I have the Dolphins. I'll be honest. I like the Dolphins, but hearing Gesicki and Parker out in this one, that's just too much. I'm going with the Patriots on the road. Let's get to the Eagles and the Cardinals. This one in AZ. Second start from Jalen Hurts. What do you think, Randy?
Yeah, with the cornerback Darius Slay out, with everything that we've been looking at from the air raid offense, Arizona with Kyler Murray, I think that offense is going to be too much for the Eagles. I'm going with the Cards at home.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Cards also. As much as I was impressed with Jalen Hurts, give me the Cards.
I'll go the Cards. Hassan Reddick, 5 sacks last week. Just the jet package. Look out for that. All the 40s.
Can he do it again?
The 40 numbers, all right? Reddick, Kennard, Gardeck, all those guys. Marcus Golden. Cardinals win on defense.
Yeah, this is a big game because Kyler Murray is starting to run the football again. You hear people talking about that, how dangerous he is. Teddy, you talk about the fact that he's basically like a punt returner at the quarterback position on designed runs, on scrambles. But those designed runs, they haven't been showing up quite as much. And the Philadelphia Eagles have a D-line. What do they say, Rex? Hey, we're going to stop the run on the way to rushing the passer. Listen, sometimes that doesn't work against a running back. I think it could work against Kyler Murray today. And again, if the Eagles are able to go no sacks and no interceptions, no turnovers, they can win this game. I'll take the underdog in Philly today.
So if they do everything right, they can win the game. I don't know.
Take it away, Pat.
Don't please not sing that song again. He only knows 3 of the words. I'm also going with the Cardinals. I think it's a big day for Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, who have both been playing well these last couple weeks. I think Jalen Hurts is forced to throw the ball today and maybe some turnovers that we didn't see last week. Let's get to the Chiefs and the Saints in New Orleans. You called it a Super Bowl preview. So who's winning?
Did you see that? Did you hear the PA announcer a few minutes ago?
I did. The track
Man,
meet. I got
final call, men's 4x100 relay team. And these are the boys that I'm talking about. Man, you talking about playing man coverage anywhere on the field. That's what the New Orleans Saints is going to give you. Mainly in the red zone is where a guy like Mecole Hardman is going to find the back of that end zone. And Teddy Brew, what you say, the ridiculous team?
Ridiculous.
Man, the all ridiculous
right
team. Mr. Tyreek Hill, man, I think they're going to be too much for this New Orleans Saints defense. They don't know who to guard. It's a man coverage game. Going with the Chiefs on the road.
Yeah, what he said. I'm going to take the Chiefs.
Watch Tyrann Mathieu make a play also. I know that the Saints got a solid defense, but Tyrann Mathieu just finds a way to make a big play for that team, get Mahomes an extra possession. Chiefs.
You guys are all picking the Chiefs, so it makes it feel like it's going to be a runaway. The Chiefs, no, this is going to be a good game.
Yes.
I'll take the Saints. It's hard to count out Sean Payton and company. I've got a tremendous amount of respect for the Chiefs, but if you were to get up on this team, and we've seen the Chiefs, go down early. The Saints are built with that 4-minute offense where they could put a game away where other teams haven't been able to put the Chiefs away.
So we did just get some breaking news that Jameis Winston is out today, inactive on the COVID list. We don't have details what exactly that means, but we know he won't be on the sideline today, so it will be up to the two quarterbacks that they've been using. Not a huge change there. I am also on the Chiefs. I think this is a big game for them to show. They haven't really been blowing teams out the way I think some people expected them to this year. I don't think that happens today. I think it's another close game, but I just think Drew Brees, a little banged up, can't go score for score.
On the carpet,
with Patrick Mahomes today in that track meet. Yes. You can make your game picks with Monday Night Pick'em on the ESPN Fantasy app right now. Now, we probably have a few college football fans watching this morning as they gear up for the big reveal. We are just 4 minutes away from finding out who's in and who's out in the 2021 college football playoff. Can't wait for that. But we figure, since we're talking college and the college format, let's put some NFL teams in that same format. Just give me your top 4. If you had to decide today, if you're on the committee, Teddy, who would you take?
Okay, well, let's start with the team that we're just talking about, the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll go with the Green Bay Packers. I'd love to see the Bills and the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. What kind of game would that be right there? And I'm going to put the Los Angeles Rams in. Talked about Brandon Staley, the defensive coordinator, and how he has them plan in communication, anticipating motions, those type of things. I think Aaron Donald is doing things for his teammates in terms of creating sacks, and Jalen Ramsey does the little things in terms of tackling versus the run. They're a prideful unit. And yes, they got the offense, but Brandon Staley and how that defense is playing will complement Jared Goff, Cooper Kupp, and the offense.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, Brew. I had the same team, Chiefs, Packers, Bills. Well, I got to get the Rams up off of there and put the New Orleans Saints in there. And the reason why, I just talked about my Super Bowl preview between the Chiefs and the Saints. But when I look at the Saints and what they bring to the table, man, what a day for Drew Brees to come back. I believe in this offense. Michael Thomas is banged up, but I do still think that the New Orleans Saints can definitely represent the NFC conference. But this is the man. Get this man involved in this game. They need him. They need him today. No Michael Thomas. Taysom Hill's going to be able to take Michael Thomas's place, but you got to be able to find Alvin Kamara in the offense and let that defense do what they do. But, Brew, I'm going to take out your Rams. I'm going to put in the Saints.
Listen, I'm so glad we have our NFL football our NFL playoffs. Have we forgotten about the Pittsburgh Steelers, though? Hey, I like Kansas City. I like Green Bay. I like Buffalo. I like all these teams. This is why I'm so glad we have real playoffs, okay? A full playoff schedule. But let's not forget about the Steelers, okay?
Yeah.
Most of the year, we're talking about the undefeated Steelers, talking about that defense, talking about T.J. Watt and company. No one's getting after the passer as well as them. Defense is carrying the offense, but guess what? I know it doesn't look as cute and exciting as Mahomes and Josh Allen, but Ben Roethlisberger is playing excellent football. He's 30-something years old. He's getting up there, but he's spreading it around and